Hello, welcome back. Now today I'm going to make a delicious lemon cake. Now I grow lemons at home and all sorts of citrus trees, but I've got so many lemons at the moment on my tree, like so many, I just had to use them. They're all gonna fall off and I just hate waste. So I thought, why not make a lemon cake? Now I'm gonna use a stand mixer today. You can use a big bowl with handheld electric beaters if you want to, whatever's easiest for you. Now we're gonna start by putting 100 grams of softened butter into your bowl, followed by 1 cup of caster sugar. And as well, this is the time that we want to zest in our lemon zest. Now it's very important to zest the lemon directly into the bowl. That means any excess oil that comes out of the lemon will go into the bowl and not be wasted. Now I'm aiming here for about 2 tablespoons worth. Now that we've zested our lemon into the bowl and a little bit on the bench, I'm going to cream together the butter and sugar. Now I've added the zest at this time to make sure that the zest combines and it really integrates with that sugar as much as possible. Now we want to cream together this butter and sugar with the lemon zest for a good 3 or 4 minutes until it's nice and creamy. This will incorporate plenty of air and make it taste amazing and also have a nice fluffy and light consistency. While the eggs are mixing in, I'm also going to add about a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Once the egg's been combined, then add 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. Now I like to use fresh lemon juice. Once that's in, give this a good beat. And remember to scrape down the sides of your bowl to get any excess sugar and butter off the sides. With your mixers on low, then add half a cup of buttermilk. Now buttermilk adds a delicious, rich, tangy flavor and also helps to keep the cake moist. Alright, so we're now done with our wet ingredients. This is all nicely mixed together. And now we only have one more ingredient to add. And that of course is the flour. So I'm using self-raising flour in this cake, so no baking powder or baking soda required. So I'm using 1.5 cups of self-raising flour. Now I'm just going to add half of a time and then just gently mix this in together. Now the goal of course is not to overmix this, as this is when cakes start to become chewy and the gluten develops and it's just not very nice. Alright, so our cake is now nicely combined and I have got a loaf tin right here which I've just sprayed with some oil spray. I'm just going to give this one quick mix with my spatula just to make sure that there's no lumps of flour and that, again, nothing is stuck on the bottom. This batter just smells amazing and I cannot wait to eat this. All right, this is looking good, so I'm gonna pour this right into my cake tin. All right, so I'm gonna bake this at 180 degrees Celsius or 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 50 minutes. And you know this is ready when a toothpick comes out clean. Now while we wait for that cake to cook, I'm gonna make a nice easy lemon glaze. Now this glaze will just go over the top of the cake with much more delicious lemon flavor. So I have 1 cup of powdered or icing sugar here in front of me. And to that, I'm just gonna add about 2 tablespoons worth of lemon juice. So I've squeezed about 2 lemons worth here. I use some in the cake and then the rest, or not the rest, but I'll use some more in here. And 2. Now obviously this is up to you. You can add as much as you want and see how it tastes. I'm just going to mix this together until it comes into a really nice looking glaze. Now it may not seem like much liquid, but you really don't need much liquid here. It comes together very easily. Also, if you find that it does get a little bit dry, you can very easily just add a little bit of milk or just a little bit of water. And I mean about a teaspoon at a time. Give it a really nice mix in. So for me, this looks still a little bit dry. I'm gonna add a tiny bit more, probably about a teaspoon worth of lemon juice. Remember, it's very easy to add more liquid, but you can't take it out once it's in there. All right, so here we go. It is now a really nice looking liquid and it's got a good running consistency. It's not too runny, but also will spread nicely over the cake. I'm gonna set this aside. See you guys when the cake's finished. All right, so now the cake is out of the oven. looks great. I've just had it upside down cooling on one of those trays, which is why you can see it's a little bit flat on the top and maybe it doesn't look amazing, but that is all good because we're going to add our icing on top. Now, if it starts to kind of get a bit solid again, you can add just a little bit of water, but remember the tiniest dash, a little bit goes a long way. So I'm just going to kind of cover the cake with this. We'll just add some extra nice sweetness. Or that some people like to add a little bit of lemon juice and a little bit of sugar to the cake and let that soak in. I find I add quite a bit of lemon to the cake, so it's not really necessary. And also this is a nice lemony flavor too on top. I've just put it on a nice surface like this chopping board, and I'm going to drizzle it kind of like this, so just back and forward across the top of the cake. And if it goes down the sides, that's all the better, it looks cool. And yeah, any patterns, whatever, up to you. Depends as well how much icing you actually want to put on the cake. Some people like to cover it, or just like it to be kind of in ribbons, a bit like this. And here we go, that's about it. I've just done a bit of a crisscross pattern all over the place and it kind of settles and mostly covers, and yeah. This part is completely up to you. Now, thank you for watching. I hope you really enjoyed this, I guess, little recipe of me using up my lemons. If you liked it, please hit the like button and subscribe, and yeah, see you guys soon. Thank you.